And please bear with me, I'm going to be censoring this word all throughout this video because YouTube, for some weird reason, don't like when I say it. My videos get taken down every time for reasons that they have stated in the past that I'm spreading misinformation about the disease itself. Even though in the past, in videos where I had mentioned this word, I wasn't spreading misinformation, I wasn't miseducating anybody on it. Hell, I wasn't even talking about like the itself, like trying to say this is what it is or this is what it isn't. Like, I wasn't saying anything that WHO would say what you are saying is going to, cause some kind of danger to the public. I don't know, sometimes YouTube can be very interesting. So we are going to do what we are going to do so we can, make the videos that we want to make and talk about the things that we want to talk about. So now, disclaimer aside, now let's get into the video. By the way, I want to give a shout out to Gigi for sending this video in. So without further ado, let's get right into it. This particular story was covered by this creator by the name Wavy Web Soft. Gigi sent me a link to his video, hence why we are going to be looking at his video for this story.
Next, we'll be discussing one of the most classic fired for a social media post cases out there. An unhinged, racially charged tweet made by somebody who worked in public relations. Justine Sacco was a public relations executive for IAC Incorporated. She would make a rather unsavory social media mistake that propelled her into the spotlight of public scrutiny in a big way.
You guys have not seen the tweet, but you're going to see it shortly. But I do want to say at this point in the video that tweet wasn't a mistake. In my lifetime, I've seen people make mistakes. I too have made mistakes, but that tweet wasn't a mistake. Like, it was very obvious what she wanted to do when she tweeted that, and it was very intentional too. The way the tweet was worded, like, it's obvious in it. So I hate when people try to maybe coddle these people or try to make excuses for them, or hell, sometimes even infantilize them and say they don't know what they are doing. Like, they know damn right what they are doing. They know. And when you guys see that tweet, I know you guys are going to agree with me because it was like very obvious.
Ruining her life for a period of time. In December of 2013, Justine was taking a trip from her home state of New York to visit family in South Africa. It was around the holidays, so she thought she'd pay him a visit. During a layover in London, she got bored and began firing off a few tweets from her personal Twitter account, which only had about 200 followers. Most of these were relatively inoffensive, but one of them was, let's just say, a bit spicy. It read, "Going to Africa. Hope I don't get... Just kidding, I'm white." Like, bro, this tweet is bad on, I don't know, like 3 levels. It makes fun of Africa, AIDS victims, and I guess black people too. This one should have stayed in the drafts, homegirl.
It should have stayed in the drafts? No. This should not have even been typed out to begin with. This is not something that you should have even thought about in the first place. So are we saying that, okay, as long as you leave it in the draft is okay? It's still not okay, even if nobody gets to see it. If it's just here, it's still a problem. And to be clear, this is not me coming for him. I'm just saying that, like, there's something about the way he's wording it that personally is just a bit for me. And you know what's more painful for me as an African when it comes to this stereotype of Africa is streaky is the fact that, like, we were injected with this stuff, like intentionally injected with it. And there's history record of this. One of the videos that I made covering this situation, YouTube took it down. You know how in the US of A, in the, was it the 70s or the 80s? I can't remember because I'm very bad with dates and numbers and anything that have to do with any kind of maths. But at some point in time in African American history, then people over there had intentionally infected African American people with those of you who know this history, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, they did the exact same thing over here in Africa, but with this particular disease. So it's just crazy how, like, this is what they did to us, like intentionally did to us. And that's how we got it, at least back then. I mean, later on, we probably would have still gotten it because, disease is spread amongst humans, right? But like the OG beginning of it was like intentionally done to us. But then, of course, as they always do, after causing a problem, they then turn back around and start pointing fingers at us for having this thing that they gave to us. They considered us filthy for that. It's part of now one of the stereotypes that we have to deal with still in 2025, even though it wasn't something that we started. It wasn't something that we went seeking for. It wasn't something that maybe our dirty ways, how they like to call us dirty, right, made us have. It's just very sad. It's painful, really. But what to do? You're African, you have to be strong because, like, you cannot be wallowing in, self-pity.
Now, the tweet didn't get any attention initially. Even as she was boarding her next flight, nobody had responded to it. So the woman, she gets on the plane, turns her phone off, and takes a nap as she's going to Cape Town, South Africa. In the meantime, someone found her AIDS tweet. Noticing that Justine was a PR executive at IAC, they felt it was wildly inappropriate. So they forwarded her post to a journalist working at Gawker named Sam Biddle. Biddle would go on to share this offensive tweet to Gawker's sister website, Valleywag. BuzzFeed got a hold of it as well.
I don't know. I just like how it's white people that are calling her out and dragging her for this tweet. Good to see that we're making some kind of progress in our world.
Internet users bombarded her employer with demands for punishment, but Justine couldn't be contacted. And that's because, well, all of this had been unfolding during her flight. She didn't have internet nor any idea people had even seen the tweet. Once users picked up on the fact that Justine hadn't responded because she was in the middle of flying, the hashtag #HasJustineLandedYet began trending online as people eagerly waited for her inevitable shocked reaction to being canceled for her tweet. When Justine did finally land, she was horrified as to what had unfolded. The woman instantly deleted her Twitter account, but Pandora's box had already been opened. Justine soon got word that she was getting fired, understandably so. In light of her termination, she offered this apology. Words cannot express how sorry I am and how necessary it is for me to apologize to the people of South Africa who I have offended due to a needless and careless tweet.
Actually, yes, apologize to South Africans, but you do need to apologize to the entire continent, because in her tweet, she said Africa. She did not say South Africa. Not that if she had said South Africa, it would have made it any better. It still would have been like, insane what she said. But what she mentioned a continent, not a country. And I think that was very intentional what she did there, because there is this perception people already have about Africa, right? As a continent, the name Africa already carries, unfortunately, a lot of negative connotations that we don't even deserve, right? Because, like, hello, the majority of these things are propaganda by them people that unfortunately stuck, right? So her using Africa, she knows that holds a lot more weight and it would really work for what she's trying to push. Hence why she did not use South Africa. She used Africa, right? Because she wanted to play into that stereotype. She further went on and she said there is an crisis taking place in this country that we read about in America but do not live with or face on a continuous basis. Unfortunately, it is terribly easy to be cavalier about an epidemic that one has never witnessed firsthand. For being insensitive to this crisis, which does not discriminate by race, gender, or sexual orientation, but which terrifies us all uniformly, and to the millions of people living with the virus, I am ashamed. Yeah, you should be ashamed.
While you might expect this to be a career ruiner, Justine would recover from this absurd controversy and has landed additional corporate roles in the years following the scandal. You gotta wonder what was going through her head when she hit publish on this tweet. I like to think the years of PR, mental gymnastics, and communications jargon involved with her job just caused her to snap one day, and in the lapse, she just tweeted out the most offensive thing that she could think of at the time. Whatever the case, it's a truly classic tweet.
I don't know, maybe this guy's channel, because I'm just coming by him for the first time. I know I'm not saying this to mean that, I don't know who he is, in the sense that, like, I'm too big to know him or that he's too small to be known by me. No. That's not what I'm saying, because he's actually huge. He has a huge following. But you know how it is on the internet. There's so many people that we don't know on the internet that exist that, very huge even, right? Um, but what was the point I was trying to make again? My goodness. So yes, what I was about to say was I'm just coming by him. I don't know what his content is about. Maybe he, plays into humor a lot, so that's probably affecting the way his content is presented. And I'm saying this at the end now, in retrospect. So maybe that's the reason why his words were chosen the way they were. Hopefully she's out now in the wild, trying to be a better person. I mean, we all can hope, but then again, I would not hold my breath. It really wouldn't. These people most times they only tend to be sorry and apologize and be ashamed in their public statements so they can get their life back. Some of them really don't care. They're still going to be the nasty individuals that they are and only care about themselves and their feelings and be very, very selfish and, damn right evil. I wish for the sake of the people that are going to be around her that she, tries to be a better person. But with humans, you never really know. That's it for this video, guys. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I'll be catching you in the next one. Bye.